I got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz. You lucky on that day I was acting cool, cuz. Hey, nigga, what's up? How gangster are you, cuz? I don't fuck with you, cuz. You disrespecting me. I don't fuck with you, cuz. You disrespecting me. I go hard, cuz.
Hey, you guys. I hope you guys are doing good. Oh my gosh. I have a headache. Like, it just like kicked in like literally 10 minutes before I went live. Y'all know I've been editing. I did a deep dive video. So if you're not aware, the new deep dive for the month of August is out. It is called Forever Young, The Chase for Immortality. So it's a really good deep dive. So if you guys have not seen it, please watch it. It's available to all the Patreon, YouTube members, and the Discord members. Y'all like the hair? Thank y'all. I wanted it short. I did what I do. I did like orange and burgundy highlights. Yes, and then I cut it. Because you know, sometimes you don't want a lot of long weave. Sometimes 20 inches is just too long. Sometimes we just want something short and sweet. You know what I'm saying? About 10 inches, okay? That sounded so sexual. Y'all remember people got mad when I was like, the average man is 10 inches. Oh, that brother said $50. It was like, T, you're spreading lies. I'm only 5 inches long. But yeah, you know, sometimes we just want it short, cute, and sassy, okay? So I wanted, you know, just a little short, you know, something small, a little short, 10 inches. I hope y'all are doing good. Happy Wednesday. I cannot. Why am I being messy? The show just started, honey. I don't know, Chad. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to have, you know, short hair every now and then. But yeah, man, I was editing for like 2 days straight. And when I do my deep dives, it's just a lot of work between the research, the editing, and then some of the topics get very dark. So it just ends up taking like a toll, like on my brain, on my head. I be having headaches and stuff. So I think I'm gonna need an editor. So I'm currently looking for like another editor that can help edit some stuff because I want to do some other series on my channel and podcast that I'm working on. And I've been talking about this for a while, but I just have to like start writing everything out and putting it together and stuff like that. So I am going to need some help. But I'm reaching out to a few people. But yeah, if you're an editor and you know how to edit, you know what I'm saying, let me know, email me. But yeah, I can't use anything with NSAID, ibuprofen. I can't use any of that stuff. I can only use the caffeine-based headache medicine. So that's what I was searching for. You know what I'm saying? These kids just take stuff, move it around the house. So I found some and I took some. But I can only take like a specific type of like headache medicine. But I hope y'all are doing good. We got over 3,000 people in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So it's a lot to talk about. It's a lot of bullshit going on, okay? In these damn internet streets. It's a lot to get into. Let me read a few of these super chats here. Let's see. Darcy Casey says, how do I save my spot on the VMO app? I keep losing my spot in the video because I can't watch it in one sit-in. Love you. Thanks for all you do. I'm not sure. What I usually do if I want to come back to a spot, I take a screenshot. So that might be the easiest. Pause the video, take a quick screenshot so then you know when to come back. But I don't know. Because I don't really use the VMO app. I just use it on the desktop, so I'm not sure. But thank you. Sasha Smith said $9.99 says, I watched the deep dive twice. Loved it. The Nigerian forest creeped me out. Wow. Stay blessed and keep them coming. Thank you so much. It was crazy talking about the Soka Forest of Horrors because a lot of people had never heard of it. And there's a lot of things like, Chad, I could do a whole damn deep dive on Nigerian, like, crazy ritual stories, you know? Sometimes we have those topics on the Discord, but a lot of times I don't really like to talk about it publicly because they're very dark. They're very dark and they're true. You know, that's the disturbing thing is like I said in the deep dive, these are things that nightmares are made of. And I think a lot of it goes back to human harvesting and people paying these poor villagers money to hunt each other. You know, they're basically in the trade of selling body parts. And if you end up being an unfortunate victim, it's very real, you know? And on top of that, money rituals are just going around crazy all over Africa, really, like in several different countries, not just Nigeria, but in a lot of countries. So yeah, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, Chad. I could do a few deep dives on some of these damn money ritual stories, but they're very creepy, though, to like just think about and to edit and things like that. But yeah, everything about that forest was true. You know what I'm saying? So, oh my God. Yep, in Sierra Leone, Ghana, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of those rituals taking place, unfortunately. But TJ says, T, your progress is unmatched. Thank you so much, TJ. Appreciate you. Chris Sharp says, T, you inspire me to keep going. Love you. Love you too. And thank you so much, Chris. Thanks for coming through. Bubbles Activated said, hey, T, I'll catch the playback. I like to listen to you when I'm cleaning or at work, and I need something to get me by. Love you. Love you too. And thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. So let's go ahead and talk about this whole Andrew Tate situation, right? So Andrew Tate has been going viral for a while now. I've heard of him off and on, but I really didn't pay him too much attention until my 16-year-old, my youngest son, started talking about him and was like, oh, do you watch Andrew Tate's videos? He's all over TikTok and he's getting so popular. Everybody's following him. So now, you know, as a mom, I'm curious, like, okay, well, the fact that all you 16-year-olds are following him, what is this man saying? And, you know, of course, he's not talking about, you know, bettering yourself and treating each other right. Oh, no, he's a misogynistic pig, okay? I mean, everything he's talking about is just very vulgar. You know, he very much talks down to women. He feels like women are just sex objects. You know, he can cheat. When he cheats, when he's fucking, it's exercise. But when a woman cheats, she's just a whore who needs to be dumped. I just don't get, you know, I just don't get it. I don't get the correlation how, you know, it's okay for one, but not another. It's okay for a man to have all these girlfriends and side chicks. But if a chick wants to have the same and wants to have a bunch of side dudes, it's an issue. You know, so a lot of the stuff that he says to me was coming off for shock value. But as we know, we have a lot of incels online. We have a lot of men online, you know, who worship these type of men, who praise them, who see nothing wrong. And I believe a part of that worship is because of the wealth. You know, when you have money and you're riding around in Lamborghinis, you know, and Bugattis and all this stuff, people are going to pay attention to you. If this was just some broke man frying chicken at KFC, nobody would give a shit about what he had to say. But once you mix wealth, you know what I'm saying, with like this whole machismo, overly masculine energy, people are going to pay attention to you. Now, what was very interesting to me is that what I didn't realize until like a few days ago is he's half black. He's one of those very racially ambiguous biracial people. If you guys don't know, the rabbit hole goes deep with this guy. His father is a black man. He's a chess champion at that. His name was Emory Tate, but he's a chess champion. A lot of people think that Andrew Tate and his brother are just two white guys, you know, possibly of Italian descent. But no, they're biracials. So let me go ahead and show y'all this. Yeah, he's biracial. He has a black father. The black father got kinky hair. He's kind of light skinned, but the daddy is definitely black. And he's one of like the top black chess players in the world. But this is his father. Let me see if I can click on this here, so I can show y'all a bigger picture here. Oh, come on. Let's see. Hopefully it comes up. But yeah, his daddy is Emory Tate. Now, okay, now the picture don't want to come up. Let me go back to Google. See if I can pull up another one. See, that's his dad. Him and his brother look like twins. Tristan, I believe that's his brother's name. Okay, so he's worth 30 million. But that was him as a baby. You know, he like a little white or Italian kid. But that's his daddy. See, the sister's darker. That's why I say biracial people can come out looking any type of way. The sister is darker. She looks biracial. Yet the two boys are very light. They look ambiguous. They look like white boys. I did not even realize he had any black in him until I started researching. But they have more of their mother's features. But yeah, he's a biracial. But if you look at him, like I said, he looks more Italian. You know what I'm saying? He's 6'4", body on point. He's not ugly. You know, he's a handsome guy. You know, you got to look like something on social media. You can't be ugly and talking shit now. Ain't nobody gonna listen. So he's a handsome guy, nice body. He has money. You know, and so he's been saying a lot of things. Yeah, he's mixed. I didn't say he was black. I don't claim biracial people as black, so don't put words in my mouth. I said his father is black. I didn't call him black. To me, he's very racially ambiguous. So to me, phenotypically, I don't consider him a black man. And for what I've seen, I don't think he claims to be black. He's not one of those biracial people talking about I'm black, and he goes off of what his phenotype looks like, and I'm not mad at him. So, well, y'all can Google his daddy. They said that the daddy was the first black chess champion. Maybe the dad is mixed, and that's why he's so light. That would make sense. But from what Wikipedia and what they're saying online, he was the first black chess champion in America. So, child. I don't know. Either way, like I said, the Tate brothers are racially ambiguous. And so they've been just viral for saying a lot of stuff. I don't want to play the things that he said because I don't want them, you know, I already got issues with my channel. They stay demonetizing everything I post, including my live streams at this point. So I don't want to play none of his clips. But they've accused him of S trafficking. They've accused him of the R word. He was raided recently. And so as of about 2 days ago, they've totally deplatformed him. Okay, they gave him the Alex Jones treatment, where they basically deplatformed him on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and now YouTube. So he posted one final video yesterday. It was like an hour long. I didn't watch the full video because I had better shit to do, but it was about an hour long, and he was kind of stating his case. Now, a lot of people are very torn about this because they feel like, once again, this is censorship. You know, he should have the right to say what he wants to say. It's your choice as a viewer if you want to sit and listen. And I can agree with that somewhat. Okay. Y'all know I'm all about people having the freedom to express themselves. But again, like I always say, with freedom of speech does not make you free from consequences. And he does say a lot of problematic things. And the problem is a lot of young people, especially, like I said, teenage boys, like my kids' friends' ages, are watching him. And a lot of times they don't know if he's really being for real, if he's saying stuff in jest and saying stuff for shock value. A lot of kids and young people, college age boys, they hang on to the words of people like Andrew Tate and, you know, other people that go viral for saying the same thing on social media. So they've shut him down. Now, I will say this. What I find very interesting, I'm going to come back to that point. They shut him down. He's being accused. There's a video going around where he's supposedly beating this girl. It's his girlfriend. And he's, you know, I'm going to see if I can play a little bit of it. I'm going to play a snippet. He just says a lot of wild stuff. I just don't want this stream to get banned. Okay, anyways, just hold on. Okay, he's muted right now, but he says a lot of wild stuff. But let me try and find that video. Where did it go? Okay, so this is the video. I haven't muted, but basically this is the girlfriend, and he's hitting her, you know, smacking her. He's talking crazy to her. But, okay, oops. Upon further research, the girl that was in that video has come out, and she has stated that it is role play, that she was not harmed. She's a freak. She likes getting her ass smacked and getting choked out. Hey, I'm not mad at her. That's what gets you off. That's your business. So she's come out and she's talked about this not once but twice. I'm going to play what the girlfriend has to say really quick here. I believe it's safe to play her words.
The video that's been, hello everyone. I just wanted to say something about the video that's been released recently about me and my ex-boyfriend Andrew Tate. Andrew is my still great friend. What you guys saw in the video, it's just what we used to do. It was just pure game. He's a great guy. He would never hurt anyone unless he's fighting.
Okay, so that's the ex-girlfriend. And then, hold on.
Zero. The only video of me and a woman in consensual acts, she came forward and said it was a game.
Hi, I'm pretty sure many of you have seen a video of Andrew Tate with a woman. I'm coming forward for the second time to just clarify and let everybody know it was nothing but a like consensual foreplay that we like doing, that I was into, that I wanted. It was not abuse. There was no physical domestic violence happening. It was a consensual play.
Okay, so y'all just heard that. I don't know what's up with the feed the children background music. In the eyes of an angel. Like, we didn't need the background music, whoever put that there. So with the feed the children music, okay? So they're saying that, it was the girlfriend, it was consensual. So there's a lot of nuances with this whole situation with Mr. Tate, right? Like I always tell people, we live in a world, with social media where everybody wants to go viral. People want to be famous. And the quickest way to become famous is shock factor, saying stuff that you don't necessarily believe in, but you want to, have shock value. That's the same way Kevin Samuels blew up. Remember when he was just sitting in his car, just talking about just regular old shit? No one cared. Nobody cared. But then when he started going in on black women and just, just going in constantly, he started getting traction because a lot of the things he was saying was for shock value. And I believe that is the same thing with Andrew Tate. And this is what I always tell people. However you introduce yourself to social media, to the internet world, unfortunately, is the persona that you're going to be forced to stick to. Okay? So if you're introducing the world to you as I'm this rich asshole, and if you have an opinion that's different than mine, that's just because you're poor, you're not shit. If you don't have a Lamborghini or a Bugatti, you're beneath me. I fuck bad bitches. I pimp girls out on OnlyFans. I make girls have sex on camera and then I get the money and all my girlfriends are my property. And, he said a lot of things for shock value. And the more I watched him, I'm like, this dude does not even believe the stuff that he's saying. This is just to hype him up, get him viral. Because one of the main things that my youngest was explaining to me is that a lot of kids were re-uploading his videos. Why? Because he asked his fan base to chop up his videos, re-upload them onto TikTok, and he would not copyright them. He wouldn't strike them down. They would be able to get paid too. So a lot of young kids were able to get paid off of Andrew Tate content, and it helped push him through the algorithm. So you have a bunch of high school kids, college kids, chopping and screwing up his videos, re-uploading them, and that helped push him through the algorithm. At the beginning of August, he was one of the most Googled people in the world. He surpassed Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump. So his whole mentality of hustling and getting, really a buzz, creating this buzz, it actually worked for him, right? Because he was saying all this outrageous stuff. And then at that point, he was invited onto like the Logan Paul show, their podcast, and he was on all types of other podcasts, spewing the same stuff, right? But what happens is with that attention also comes bad attention, because he was saying a lot of things that now you're involving governments. When you're saying that you live in Romania because you're able to pay off the politicians and the police, and that you can get away with assault and different things towards young girls out there because you can just bribe them, now you're stepping into hot water. Okay? Now you're writing checks that your ass can't cash, okay? So I believe this is what's going on with him now. He talks too much. That's the problem. Okay, he's looking for social media validation and money, because on top of him running his mouth, he also was selling $50 memberships to his Discord. And in his Discord, he was supposedly giving folks tips on how to become rich and be like him. But the tips that he was giving folks, you literally can Google on Google and find those same tips. He was basically doing an MLM. You know what I'm saying? And thousands of people, yes, $50 a month. Y'all be crying about $5. There are people charging $50 to $100 for their Discord. And they don't do no types of group activities, no types of nothing. It's just when you go into his Discord, it don't look nothing like mine. He has a few rooms. There's no real engagement. He's not in there. He's not talking to any of these young boys who have paid money to go into his Discord server. So he's basically using these people as an ends to a mean. And then he gives them like this affiliate link. So when you upload his videos, you provide the affiliate link. And if people join your affiliate link, then they now become subscribed to you and underneath his program. So he has like this whole MLM money marketing scheme that he does. On top of that, he has another thing that he sells to a bunch of, incels and fuck boys, a class for $5,000 a month. It's a secret society. He calls it his own version of the Illuminati. And basically for $5,000 a month, you can join his, boys club. And it's so secret, he can't explain to nobody what it is. Now, I've tried to search to see, if people have actually paid for it, if they gotten their money's worth. I can't really find anybody who's paid for this $5,000 a month club. So, but I'm sure some people joined. I haven't seen any reviews is what I'm saying. But yeah, he makes close to, I want to say, maybe 300,000, if not more, a month, just from this MLL scam and that $5,000 per person boys club that he's running. So he's making all this money. Plus, he's supposedly pimping girls on OnlyFans and all this stuff. He's talking about paying off, government entities. He was doing too much. Now, I watched CoffeeZilla's video, but he only talked about the Discord. I didn't see where he paid $5,000 to join the boys group. Maybe that was another video. The one I saw was only about the Discord server. I didn't see the one about the boys group. So this dude has just been like really using his fans to like just line his pockets. And he's saying the most outrageous stuff. And what happens is that these fans now parrot that. They go around and they say this to young girls, and, they feel like that's how you're supposed to behave and that's how you're supposed to treat young girls and women. Now, what I find very interesting about this whole situation is they have literally shut him down all over social media, okay? Because what I notice is most of the women that he's talking about and that he's disrespecting are white women, okay? Young white girls. Some are American, some are Romanian, some are, whatever, Italian, whatever. But the common consensus is that these are young white girls that are being taken advantage of by him, that are being disrespected. You have young white boys who are watching his videos, looking up to him, disrespecting white women. My point of saying that is this, okay? When you disrespect white women and white girls, things get shut down. How many people do the same thing disrespecting black women and black girls? Nothing happens to them. They're all up and down YouTube. They're not deplatformed. Because again, you can disrespect black women and young black girls and no one gives a shit. Look how many years R. Kelly was out here doing bullshit and he's just now seeing justice. This man has been on the internet for the past, I would say he's really been viral about the past 6 months to a year. And a year is probably stretching it. He's really been going viral about 6 months. And within that time, they have deplatformed this man. They say you will not be corrupting the white youth. You will not be disrespecting our white daughters. And I'm not mad at that. Don't think I'm coming at this from like a racist standpoint and nothing like that. I'm not mad at that. I respect that. That is what us in the black community should do as well. We should not be sitting here allowing people to disrespect their own. It just does not make any sense. And that goes for both genders. I don't care if it's black women up here disrespecting black men and vice versa. But the point is, when it came to him and his antics, they shut him down. They said, you're not going to do that. You're not going to push that type of narrative that young white girls are whores to just be used and disposed of like garbage. There's so many think pieces on this guy. It's insane how many think pieces are on Andrew Tate. So now, of course, he's, crying a river and it's a conspiracy and, bring out the tiny violins and it's the Illuminati. Everybody's just trying to censor him. And it was all an act. It was all an act. I was just joking and people are taking it seriously. Again, sir, this is why you have to be careful what you ask for. Because you asked for the fame, you asked for the notoriety, you did things to go viral. but that wasn't really the real you. Just like the pretty white girl just said in the Twitter video, that was my boyfriend. We're still good friends. That was just sex play. But again, we live in a world now where you have grown adults, because he's a grown man, are so enamored with social media fame, going viral, that they're willing to do anything. And then we get mad at the children. That's what I never understand. We get mad at the children, and you have grown adults participating in the fuckery, saying anything they can, doing whatever they can to go viral, and people run behind it, support it, push it through the algorithm, share it, and everything else. And then we get mad when 16, 17, 18-year-old young men and women follow suit. So I don't feel bad for him. Do I think that that's the real him and that's really how he thinks? No. I believe it was a persona. Just like Alex Jones came out, and all of a sudden he done been sued for millions of dollars. Oh, all of a sudden, it's just a persona, and, that's not really the real me. Again, you got to watch how you introduce yourself to the world. Because however you introduce yourself to the world, you can't then just switch up. People will not allow you to switch up. He can't now come on social media and be like, well, I'm really a good guy, and I don't believe all this stuff I was saying. Too late. Too late. So I believe this is going to really affect not only his income, because now they're shutting down his social medias and everything else, but it's really going to affect the way people are looking at him, because now he's having to admit that that's not the real him. He's never engaged in the things that he's been talking about. And that's the part that's scary. You've never engaged in abusing women. You've never engaged in choking them and pimping them out and doing all this and that. But you sold a fantasy to young men that this was the way to get girls. This was the way to be an alpha male. This was a way to, basically present your dominance and your masculinity. And you're not even standing in that shit. I just find it very interesting. I find it very interesting. It's crazy. Yeah, somebody said you don't charge $5,000 for jokes. Exactly. Now he wants to walk everything back because, again, this is an international story. So now all these governments are looking at this one man and saying, is there truth to what he's saying? Is he really pimping out young girls? Is he really trafficking? Is he involved in human trafficking? And as you guys know, that is no joke. If you get a human trafficking charge, you can kiss your freedom goodbye. They're not playing with that human trafficking no more. You want to be a pimp, you better make sure you stay in the four corners of your city. Because the second you take them girls outside the city limits into another state, they're not hitting you with pimp charges. It's human trafficking charges. There have been DMs of him going into pretty girls' DMs and saying, hey, come out here to Romania. These DMs are on TikTok. So now he's being investigated and it's getting scary. But again, he put out a persona out there that he wasn't really living. He wanted all that smoke, and now that the smoke has come to his door, now he's trying to put it out. Well, it's a little bit too late for that. So it's going to be very interesting to see where this ends up taking him. What ends up happening to him with all of this. Let me read some of these super chats here. My screen refreshed. Will SN $10. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate you, love. The Motherland sent $19.99 says, live while at work again. Just wanted to pop in and show some love. You had the gift of sight tea. May you continue to be blessed. P.S. I'm finally a member. Yay. Thank you so much for joining the membership, and definitely enjoy the deep dive videos. Thanks, sis. Robin G sent $4.99. He says, isn't this the man who said women who are sexually assaulted should take responsibility for it? Yeah. Yep. He also blamed women for being assaulted, said it's their fault and they should take personal responsibility. So again, he's basically just saying anything to go viral. Again, shock value. But when you meet a lot of these folks and you talk to them behind the scenes and you talk to them off of YouTube, a lot of times you find out a lot of these folks are not like that in real life. They're probably some of the most reserved, quiet people. But once that camera comes on, it's a whole nother story. But yeah, that's the man. That's the man. Let me see here. Missy Queen says, love you, T. Been following for years now. Love from Angola. Thank you so much, sis. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. Nellie Williams says, T, I just watched the new deep dive. It was excellent. I appreciate the hard work that you put into making these videos. Thank you for all you do. You are so welcome, and thank you so much for watching. 1000 Sky says, hey, Auntie, I'm a regular watcher from South Korea. Just became a member of your YouTube channel. I'm here for these deep dive videos and to show some extra love. Thank you so much, sis. Appreciate you, and thanks for coming through. Brooke Portley sent 5, says, I'm going to catch the playback. I'm in Vegas for my birthday tomorrow, but just wanted to say, hey, you look amazing. Love the fit. Thank you, and happy birthday, sis. Thanks for coming through. Let's see here. Andy Lopez says, I love watching your deep dive videos. Keep them coming. They're definitely something that allows me to think. Thank you. I'm so glad you're enjoying the deep dives. I'm going to definitely keep them coming, so thank you. Chris Sharp sent 20, says, hey, T, I'm a longtime supporter, longtime listener at my job. I told one of my regular customers about you, and she came out on your podcast about pedo dolls. I love you, T. I got wigs, and the wigs heads you can have. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Clayton Chester says, finally caught a live. Love you, T. Crazy that you're talking about Andrew Tate. When I watched a deep dive on him today, sending you love and protection. Can you scream? What the blood clots? I had to try and read what you wrote. Boom, boom. Must be Jamaican or something. Thank you for the super chat, love. Y'all are a mess. But yeah, the whole Andrew Tate saga is going to be very interesting to watch. And I think it's a cautionary tale. You know, it's a very cautionary tale for people who want to go viral on social media by any means necessary. Sometimes it's just better to just have a steadily slow rise. Because if I had to go viral and get millions of followers and watchers by just making up stuff and saying outlandish things that then get international governments raiding my home and looking at me, you know what I'm saying, like some type of trafficker, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. And it's sad because he's not the first one. There's been so many other of these so-called masculine male, you know, gurus who have done the same thing where they just kind of showboated their lifestyles and, you know, made people feel like if you're not making, you know, $500,000 a year, you're not shit. If you don't have the latest cars and if you're not dressed in designer, you're not shit. And that's kind of sad that that's the mentality they want to put out there, especially the young people. Where's a 16-year-old supposed to get a Bugatti? Where are they supposed to like hustle where they can make that much money? You know what I'm saying? A year. Just because you don't make that doesn't mean that you're beneath him or anybody. So I just find a lot of his talking points just really disturbing. Like for real, for real. Let's see here. iGreen Text at $9.99 says, hey T, this is my first super chat. I live here in Houston and come outside after working out with 2 fresh Band-Aids taped to my calves. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. 2 fresh Band-Aids taped to my car doors. It was blocked. I immediately grabbed my Glock and a paper towel to remove them. Ooh, don't tell me they out there putting fentanyl on bandages. Yeah, that the human trafficking is no joke. People have to really watch that. So I'm glad you're able to just, you know, get it off. I think in a minute people are going to have to travel with some type of like gloves and then just open their car door with gloves because it's getting that crazy out here. But thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. Joshua Gray says, hey T, thank you for going live on my 22nd birthday. I've been watching since I was 13. Just grateful. Just graduated college in May. You have been an impact and a role model in my life. That is awesome. And happy birthday to you. Thank you so much. And congratulations on graduating college. That is awesome. See, y'all are doing the damn thing. I love my tea sippers. They're handling their business. So yeah, so like I said, as far as the whole Andrew Tate thing, he's very lucky that the girl is coming out and, you know, defending him. But we don't know if just because it was role play with her, could other women come out and say something differently? And that's probably what he's scared of. You know, that there's going to be a lot of women coming out and some could be telling the truth. Some could be making up stuff, but it's going to be easier for people to believe it because of the persona that he put out there, that he was such this asshole. So I don't know. Hopefully the Illuminati can save him. All right, so I want to go ahead and talk about this entire situation that's going on, child, with Meg Thee Stallion. Once again, she's trending. Her and Jay Prince got into it last night, and Carl Crawford. I can't stand saying his name. I don't know why his name is such a tongue twister to me. But nobody at all. Here comes Jay Prince. So let me go ahead and read to y'all what Jay Prince had to say. Give me just a second here. All right. So this is from the desk of Jay Prince. He says, for years, we stood by quietly as MTS and her management at Roc Nation has lied about Carl Crawford and the 1501 label. The truth is that Carl discovered, developed, and fully financed MTS early in her career, which led to a life-changing distribution agreement for her with 300 Entertainment. From 1501's earliest agreement with Megan, long before MTS was a household name, 1501 generously agreed to give Megan 40% of its profits, which is substantially more than any customary record royalty that a new artist receives from a record label. Why am I reading it like this? Any attempt by MTS or Roc Nation to portray a contract that provides a new unknown artist with 40% of the label's profits as unconscionable or unfair is blatantly false and contrary to the customs or the norms in the music industry. In fact, we have seen several RN contracts, and RN pays its new artists a customary royalty that's significantly less than 40% of the profits that 1501 agreed to pay Beg. Then he goes on to say this. In fact, next part. Accordingly, any statement alleging that 1501's contract with MTS is unconscionable and blatantly false, contrary to the facts or the custom. I think I read that part. Hold up, child. He writing so much. Okay. In addition, MTS has consistently and intentionally breached her 1501 contract with impunity for years in ways that are too numerous to list here. From entering into agreements inconsistent with her contract, falsely claiming publishing shares that belong to 1501, failing to notify, account, or pay ancillary revenue, releasing albums of outtakes and previously released material, and falsely claiming that she is out of... Oh my God, this whole situation is funny. I'm gonna keep reading. And falsely claiming, that she is out of her contract. And now falsely alleging that 1501 leaked her album when the album was always intended by Megan to be released on 8/19, and where the leak actually hurt 1501 as much, if not more than Megan, rendering her claim to be suspicious and nonsensical. Then he goes on to say, every lie we tell incurs the debt to the truth, and sooner or later that debt must be paid. All right, y'all, so that is what Jay Prince had to say about the situation, child. He was mad. I don't know. Nobody asked him to say anything. Nobody asked his opinion. Last time I checked, 1501 was getting sued. I'm starting to think that Jay Prince has stake in 1501 because he's a bit too invested and a bit too angry. But so then Meg Thee Stallion, she decided to respond. Child, here goes her response. Go ahead and read this. So Meg says, I only respond when people say my name. So all them weirdo comments about I'm looking for sympathy and attention is dead. Talk to me and I'm going to talk back when I feel like it. I don't need validation from the internet, but I'm not weak either. Beat me in court, not in the comment section. Then she goes on to say this. Like, for this man to keep getting on the internet with his back up to talk like he made me is ridiculous. Was you writing my songs? Were you with me in my dorm room recording me rap? What about all the rapping out the side of my mama car? Thanks, ciphers. I ain't even know you. Then she says they keep signing people and everyone got the same story. Go find all the girls and guys that started over there with me and some of the girls after me and ask anybody in Houston how that man is a fake ass nigga. Talk so much shit about Jay Prince and now y'all are besties. Okay. And then she says, if you want to be real, I developed 1501. Like for this man to keep getting on the internet. Okay, then that was the same thing she was saying. Okay, then she goes, when my mama died, I knew a bunch of hood niggas who had just started a label for the first time were not going to be able to manage me properly, so I got with The Rock. By this time, I was a bigger artist and I asked to renegotiate, not leave. What was wrong with that? That man is greedy. Then she goes, I'm so over these grown-ass men trying to take credit away from the work that me and my mama put in the beginning of my career. Me and my mama developed my career. I was already known for freestyling, and I was already working on Tina Snow before I got to 1501. So that is what she had to say. And then, of course, Carl Crawford, he done came out. He got something to say, child.
Last tweet. Now she trying to cause division in between me and Jay. Talking about I talk shit about Jay. We know T Ferris told you that because clearly me and you never had a talk about Jay. Ever. Me and you never even talked about this stuff. So stop laying in bed with your fat fucking friend, T Ferris, and listen to all the shit he's saying to you. Because that shit ain't true and you're making yourself look bad. Ain't nothing fake about me, baby. I still live in the hood right now. Shit. I went back. I stayed right in the middle of Houston. Shit. Megan got herself looking bad. She don't got me looking bad. And you call me whatever. So the last tweet.
I'm gonna need him to change his smoke detector. Y'all hear that beeping in the background, that chirping and shit? Chirp, chirp. Change the smoke detector, okay? So Megan ends up clapping back. She says, Carl, you 40 plus. Who from your age group would I know where you from? I was born in San Antonio and I was raised in the dead end. Ask anybody that know me and my granny. These people are just weird. Okay, then she goes on to say, talking about I'm playing niggas. I was at school in the middle of the South Side. Fuck are you talking about? Now you on the other hand left Houston when you was 15 to go play baseball. So you actually never spent no time in the hood. For real. If you got no stripes and you get no stripes for beefing with a woman. Is anybody else tired of these people? Or is it just me? I'm tired of this horse. I'm tired of this crawfish. I'm tired of Jay Prince. Tired of Tory Lanez, his little ass. I'm tired of this whole crew. I'm just tired of all of them. They've all gotten on my nerves. I wish they would just let this play out in court at this point. They keep dragging stuff. They keep dragging stuff to the internet. And they're all in their feelings. And the whole time, not the crawfish emoji. Not the crawfish emojis. Like they keep coming to the internet with all of this. Just let it play out in court. Megan is suing them for $1 million. They're talking about countersuing. Then she got the whole case still going on with Tory. I mean, the whole situation is a mess. It's a straight up mess. I mean, we're going to have to start a Dragon Ball Z series. The crawfish and the horse. And it's so funny because it's like he talks about everything but that damn drowning incident at his house. Nobody has talked about that at all. I'm still trying to figure out how 2 people drown in your pool. And nobody, like everybody forgot about that. I ain't forgot. Remember the 5-year-old? And remember that was Erica Banks' girlfriend at the time who jumped in to save the 5-year-old? They both ended up dead. And then Erica Banks' career started popping off a little bit. I'm just saying. The whole situation is a mess. Yeah, see, y'all forgot about that. Uh-huh. I'm just saying. It's funny that whenever he does interviews, nobody talks about that. Like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel bad? How's the family, the 5-year-old doing? How's Erica Banks' ex-girlfriend's family doing since that tragedy that happened in 2020? It's like they keep deflecting about this whole Meg Thee Stallion situation so that way everybody forgets about that drowning that happened back then. I don't know. Like I said, I have no dog in this fight. I'm not a fan of any of these people. I think Meg, I've already told y'all how I feel about Megan, so I'm not no fan of hers. But I feel like they do keep starting stuff with her. And then when she claps back, she's wrong. I think at this point, they need to let this play out in the court system and let the court decide who's wrong and who owes what. Okay? But I just find the whole situation a mess. A straight up mess. So now I want to go ahead and speak on this whole situation with FN Meka. Been out here for 45 minutes. Please hit that like button, y'all. We have close to 10,000 people in here. Please hit the like button. Let me read some of these super chats here. 40 Shorty sent $49.99. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. They say, thank you, lovely T. Please let the ladies know to look out for flyers on cars, napkins, zip ties, literally anything on your car. Be aware. Keep your head on a swivel. It is scary out here. Yes, we talked about that in the last stream that I did about the whole human trafficking thing, and people definitely need to watch out for a lot of things. And we've been posting stuff on my Instagram page to just keep people aware. So there's a father whose daughter was having all these zip ties placed on her car. And so we have posted that video. So if you guys have not seen that, that's on my Instagram page. So thank you for the super chat, love. Let's see here. Just Kendra says, hey, T, I was at the Tea Sipper live event, big and pregnant in the pink dress. Oh, I had my baby yesterday. We're in the hospital now watching you. Love you, sis. Oh my goodness, congratulations on having the baby. And thank you so much for coming to the event. It was a few of y'all that came pregnant, child. They were like, we're not missing this event. They came through big and pregnant. So that is so dope. You had your baby. Congratulations. We got another little baby tea sipper in the house. Let's see here. Deshaun Turner says, hey, lovely. How are you? If you talk about it, what do you think about Harry Styles and the new King of Pop mess? We posted on Instagram. I think nothing of it. He will never be the King of Pop. End of story. Moving on. So, and my thing is people get mad when Chris Brown says it. And I think Chris Brown, minus all his stupid cokehead antics, I think he has more likeness to the King of Pop than Harry. Can Harry Styles even dance? Maybe I've missed something. Can he dance? I know he can sing. Can he dance? Because that's one thing Michael Jackson was known for. He could sing and dance. I've never heard anybody talk about Harry Styles' dancing skills. I'm just saying. So I'm not, no. King of Pop, sit down, sir. Just be the King of England and move around. Everybody wants to take, Michael Jackson's place. You can't. He's an icon. You can't never take his place, Prince's place, Aretha Franklin. Those are icons. That's it. That's all. Yeah, I seen that. I don't even think his nephew should even addressed it. Because no, they were just doing that for attention. There's a whole thing now with a lot of folks where they're mentioning certain celebrities' names, not even because they believe what they're saying. They just know it's going to trend. And they know that black rage sells. That's why a lot of these designers do stupid shit. We're going to put cornrows in a blonde hair, blue-eyed model's head and call it, the Cinnabon rolls. Like, they do stuff because they know it's going to cause black outrage and it's going to go viral on Twitter, and Shea Butter Twitter is going to be mad and he's going to get views on his latest song that he's dropping. So stuff like that, it's like you can't emotionally react to everything because our emotions are not being monetized. And that's what people need to understand. Black people's emotions are being monetized. So a lot of things like that, foolishness like that, I ignore it. If I was Michael Jackson's nephew, Harry Styles wouldn't have got anything from me. that story would have been dead within 24 hours. But because the Jackson family, well, the main Jackson, is crying about it and upset and ranting and raving, now that gave him an extra few days. So we got to remember that. Stop letting people monetize, you know what I'm saying, our grievances. Wait, somebody said, hold on. Ange clicks in 20 says, I think I seen him doing more interpretive dancing. Yeah, I've never heard of him being like this outstanding dancer. You know, so I don't even see what the comparison is about. At least with Chris Brown, we know he can dance, he can backflip, he can do all types of tricks. So even with that, I could say, okay, I could see some of the comparisons, but Harry Styles, absolutely not. I don't see it. Nat sent $1.99, says Toby's girlfriend is getting arrested for killing him. Yeah, she's in jail. We posted it. She was in the elevator beating him. Here it is here. But now the family, they're the problem is now they're talking about having to exhume his body because she's claiming self-defense. She's claiming that she threw the knife. Okay, like this bitch was Katana from Mortal Kombat, just throwing knives and shit. Bitch, you ain't that fucking good. So she's claiming she threw a knife. And, you know, she's just so badass, you know, with these knife throwing skills that she just accidentally, you know, happened to hit the right spot that killed him. I'm not buying anything that she's selling. She stabbed him up close and personal. But again, you know, I have no dog in this fight. I think, you know, she killed him, so she should definitely be charged and, you know, do time if that's what they're going to give her. But as far as, you know, anything else, I have nothing to give him. Because, again, he put himself in a situation where this woman was repeatedly beating his ass. But because she was a pretty, you know, IG model, he ignored it. He threw caution to the wind. If that was a black woman, you know, who got her ass whooped and killed by somebody, by a man, there wouldn't be a lot of sympathy, especially if it was happening repeatedly. And people kept telling her, you need to leave him. He's abusive. You need to leave him. A lot of folks would be like, oh, well, that's on her. She been known he was abusive. People been telling her to leave. But again, people think it's cute and it's spicy when it's other races of women. But this is the things that can happen. He thought it was cute when she was, you know, slapping him in the back of the head and slapping him in the face in front of his friends. Oh, she's spicy. No, the bitch is crazy. Okay, gotta learn the difference between spicy and crazy. Okay? Bitch thought she was Katana. I'm Mortal Kombat, just throwing knives and shit. I didn't mean to stab him, I just threw the knife. Girl, bye. Like she's a ninja warrior or something. How the hell you know how to throw knives so good, Courtney? You know you could throw the damn, you know, puss where you know you could throw the knife. Okay, we go ahead. We got to talk about this story, y'all. We got to get on this FN Meka story. Now, I find it very funny now that everybody's talking about FN Meka. Now, you know, we T-sippers, we've been talking about this for over a year. And I told everybody, so he's going to start replacing humans in the rap game. So, my last stream, I talked about him getting a record deal. He assigned to Capitol Records. And so, after a bunch of backlash, Capitol Records decided to drop him. So let me show y'all this article here. People was in their feelings, child. So let me show y'all. Give me just a second. So they decided to drop him. This is the person who's running him. It's him and this Asian guy. There's an Asian guy who actually invented and created the caricature, like physically drew him out. This is a white guy who's doing a lot of like the digital aspects of it. And so this went viral on social media and it caused a lot of backlash on Shea Butter Twitter. So they said, so an AI rapper named FN Meka is controlled by a white guy who repeatedly gets to say the N-word in its lyrics. How do y'all feel about this? So then the person who is controlling FN Meka DM Jervis Johnson, and they said, by the way, just to clarify, the voice is a black guy. Okay? Now, let me see if I can play a snippet of where he says the N-word. Okay, y'all heard it. I don't see no niggas. So that's the song people are talking about. So after that went viral, Capitol Records decided to sever ties with him because people are saying it's not fair. First of all, he's a CGI. He's not even real. Why is he signing a $10 million, record deal? So they basically wrote this. Breaking news, Capitol Records has severed ties with AI rapper FN Meka, effective immediately, following days of backlash over the caricature. And they talked about how the activist groups were calling for a formal apology. Okay? So I just think the whole situation, to me, is BS. Like I said, this has been going on for a while. This is not, I've been exposed who was running FN Meka, and that's what I was saying in the last stream, that at what point are people going to wake up and understand that this is nothing but digital blackface, right? This is somebody creating a caricature of what they think, black culture is. They made him racially ambiguous, right? But his whole demeanor is that of like a black hip hop guy. He got the green dreadlocks and everything else, the face tattoos, all that stuff. So they're saying that it's a black guy's voice. So now the black guy who voiced FN Meka, now he's coming out playing victim child. Pull out your tiny little violins for this one.
What's going on, everybody? This Kyle the Hooligan. So I know y'all probably been hearing about this FN Meka stuff. People been DMing me, and I try to keep it quiet because I was gonna really wait till this shit blew up for real and then went after them because basically it was like they came to me with this AI shit and was like, would I want to be the voice of it? And I thought it was gonna be like some collaboration. They promised me equity into the company, percentages, all this stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, there's about to be some collab, something different for me. So where I could do my music and be on some AI stuff with this FN Meka character. So everything's going good. Next thing I know, niggas just ghosted me. Use my voice, use my sound, use the culture, and literally just left me high and dry. I ain't get a dime off of nothing. And they got record deals, all this stuff. I wasn't involved with no meetings or none of that. What's going on?
Okay. So y'all just heard what this guy had to say. What's his name? Somebody hooligan. Go back. Kyle the Hooligan. I'd never heard of him before this. I'm not buying what he's selling. I don't believe a word he's saying at all. I don't believe him. I'm a good reader of people. I think he's full of shit. He knew damn well what he was doing, and he was cool with it. I think the problem is that this digital character surpassed his own rap career, and he definitely feels away. First of all, legally, nobody can use your likeness or your voice, especially in the music industry in this day and age, and just bounce and go sell. They're not going to be able to sign a legitimate record deal with a legitimate company, okay, and them not know everyone who's involved with this digital creation. That doesn't make any sense. Why? Because that's going to have Capitol Records in a heap of trouble. And they're not going to get themselves sued and in a heap of trouble for a bunch of people who want to play black on the internet. So I don't believe for a second that he had no idea, oh, they just ran and, signed a record deal without me and they cut me out the bag. No, he was very much heavily involved. I think the problem is he was exposed as being the rapper of FN Meka, and people started dragging him and calling him all types of coons. Okay? They were calling him all types of coons and dragging him and everything else, and he feels away. So now what he's trying to do is distance himself from this whole situation. And right now they said that FN Meka, his TikTok page, it's gone quiet. They said he's made it private. So I'm not buying it. I believe that he was very much heavily involved in this. And, and that's fine. I'm not knocking him. If it's a hustle and this is a way to, this is something that you like is, AI and the next level in entertainment, that is his black ass business. But my thing is stand in it. Don't now try and play crazy and say that they just took your voice and took your music and then went and had a meeting with Capitol Records and you didn't know anything. You just woke up one day and he was viral and signed a record deal. Fuck out of here. Okay? That's not how it works. This isn't Homeboy Records. This is a legitimate recording agency. This is a legitimate contract that they were having with FN Meka. So it's not like FN Meka physically walked into the studio. So if I'm seeing a white guy and an Asian guy, neither whose voice sound like FN Meka, you think the record execs are not going to ask, well, whose voice is that? Who's that actually rapping? Like, let's use common sense here. So, you know, like I said, I think at this point he's just trying to distance himself from all the smoke. I think, you know, a lot of people feel away because, again, like I've been saying, you have a lot of young people whose passion is music, rapping, writing, singing, things like that. But what happens when there's more of these digital creators and they're getting more support and more spins than real artists? And in a way, as a business person, I can see how that is a smart move, like I told y'all last stream. Because a lot of these rappers are involved in bullshit. And for every rapper that a label signs, one might pop and then the rest might be a bust. But you still invested money into that person. Again, we can look at Young Thug and Gunna, this whole YSL situation. You don't think their label's going through it now? Look at Gucci Mane. Look how many artists he's lost because they can't stay out of trouble. Pooh Shiesty, and who's the other one on Gucci Mane's label? He ended up getting locked up. So I can see why labels are really paying close attention to these digital artists like Little Michaela and FN Meka. Because for them, it's a safer alternative. We can have somebody rapping, and then you can and being that they don't know who the person is behind that voice, if one person quits, we can just have somebody else, you know what I'm saying, with the same cadence, be the next FN Meka. And then everybody's making money. Because remember, Little Michaela, I believe she earned like close to $3 million last year in sponsorship and brand deals. And I'm talking about heavy brand deals, deals with Prada, Gucci, you know, like major brand deals that regular real life people who have to eat and live and sustain themselves and their families would love to get. Shit, bitch, I would love a damn Prada deal. How you doing? Hey, Prada. But instead, somebody who lives in the digital world is signing a Prada deal. And again, do y'all really think that Little Michaela is like benefiting physically from this? Absolutely not. It's the people who are running her. You know, so again, I just find it just very interesting that now people are like getting upset and now it's causing backlash. It's like, y'all didn't see this coming down the pipeline. I saw this a year ago. I'm like, this is going to be the next step. They're trying to normalize it now. And yeah, there's a little bit of controversy, but let me also ask you guys, don't you find it funny how people are so upset about FN Meka playing a caricature and rapping and using the N-word, right? And talking about violence and, you know, the police and I guess selling drugs, whatever. I haven't listened to all his music. But they were saying he was basically rapping about all the stuff that real rappers rap about. So I almost find it even hypocritical. Regardless of who's running him in the background of playing Puppet Master, it's funny that people are more offended by the words from this AI than from living, breathing human beings who are rapping about killing other black men. So y'all don't care about that. That's okay. Oh, I'm just bobbing my head. It's all good. But then when it's the AI, now that's the cutoff. That's just, you know, oh no, we can't have him rapping about killing other digital AI people. But we can have real rappers talking about killing other real people. Like make it make sense. Maybe I'm tripping. But I just find it very, very strange that this is why people are upset. Y'all are mad that he's saying the N-word? Really? Even 6ix9ine says the N-word, and last time I checked, he's not black. And most of the black rappers had no smoke for 6ix9ine saying the N-word. But y'all are mad at a digital avatar for saying the N-word. Okay. All right. Okay. Fake outrage strikes again. The real I don't know how to say that word. Arredondo? I think I said it. Says, you're not tripping, T. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not. I don't know. I just found the outrage. I was on Twitter just looking at the outrage. I found it really rich. Oh, he's talking about selling drugs. Oh, he's talking about police brutality. Oh, he's talking about all this stuff that goes on in the black community. Okay, and so is Little Baby. So is, you know what I'm saying, Da Baby. Da Baby killed somebody in Walmart. Y'all stay praising him and following him around, and, you know, y'all still support his music. FN Meka, you know, he may rap about killing somebody, but he's never physically killed anybody. And now y'all got that damn, y'all done hated on him so much, they done dropped his damn, they done unsigned him. Okay? Y'all done fucked up his bag. If only they had this much outrage for like real rappers who just, you know, on some low vibrational stuff. I just found this really comical that they had all this outrage to get a digital CGI artist canceled for rapping the same thing that real rappers rap. But remember how they were fighting for the baby? Oh, you can't cancel him. The LGBT's tripping. This, and that. Okay, cool. But now all y'all are picketed against this digital AI. Okay, all right. Well, y'all have fun. Enjoy. I don't have the energy to care. I just don't. And I don't believe the guy who's rapping. I don't believe for a second that all this had, he just rapped a few songs and, you know, he just never saw them again. Okay, messing with the bullshit. You was going to get a check too. You're just upset that you're not getting a check no more. And people are going in on Twitter and they're dragging you. That's what that is. I'm not buying that at all. Let me read these super chats here. Lynette says, hey, T, 3-year-long tea sipper. Love you. Love you, too. Thank you so much. Ariel Valdez and $49.99. Thank you so much, Ariel. She says, did you hear about the Cameroonian woman who shot the 3 people in Midtown Atlanta, made it all the way to the Hartsfield airport before she was apprehended, and still had the gun on her? Very little media coverage. I did hear about that on TikTok. Yeah, that is a very strange case. From what she's saying, there's a lot of racism and these men were messing with her and it was like constant abuse from them. I don't know. I want to read a little bit more into it, but yeah, I did hear about that. They totally just shut down Midtown Atlanta yesterday. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on, man, in this world. It's just a lot of people are just snapping left and right. It's getting insane out here. Let's see. Ange Click says, oh no, I read that already. And Potato sent 10 says, hey T, congratulations on everything. Have you also heard about the viral Kia challenge on TikTok? Kia has designed a flaw that sadly makes it easier to steal. Be safe out here. Yes, I did hear about that. Very disturbing challenge. And unfortunately, a lot of Kia owners have been affected. And for them, they've like parked their cars, went into work. You know, some people don't have garages, so their car might be outside in a, you know, parking lot of their apartment complex, and their Kias are basically just getting ransacked and destroyed. It's sad. I'm telling you, that demon time energy is strong out here. Let me see here. Goodbye, Blue Sky says, love you, Auntie. Thank you for what you do. You're so welcome, and thank you so much for coming through, love. Appreciate you. Saray on Demand says, hey T, I love your journalism and the gift of research that God has given you. Keep talking your shit. By the way, it's pronounced soiree. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, love. Thanks for coming through. Tiffany says, sir, please refer to your contract, not the internet. Shake my head. Exactly. I refuse to believe that this man did all that and he didn't know anything and they just, you know, shystered him out of a deal. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's just trying to distance himself from the backlash. That's it. That's all. Let's see here. Shayla says, hey, T, can you talk about that badass 12-year-old? Yep, I'm going to get on her from New Orleans. Her and her mom need their ass whooped. Love you. Love you, too. Yes, I'm going to talk about that next. I've been on here for an hour now. I'm going to keep going. Let me go ahead and... Who's this in here spamming the chat? You. With adult links. Adult dating. Okay, I just blocked them. Mods, if you see people spamming, make sure you block them. We don't play that spamming shit. Get your ass out of here. Okay, so I got to talk about this story that took place in Louisiana. It's going viral today. We posted this on social media. So it's a 12-year-old girl. Now, allegedly, they said that she was being bullied and picked on. So the girl ends up coming to the bus with a gun. And she's trying to get on the bus and come shoot her attackers. The bus driver, thank God, would not let her back on the bus. And so she's banging on the window with this gun. It's just a mess. But I think what's the bigger mess is her mother. Her mother really pissed me off. So let me go ahead and play this video for you guys. These kids is crying. Y'all see that gun? Now, she had to have been out there for a minute for them kids to be crying like that. She was out there for a minute trying to get on that bus. Now, here goes the mother.
At the end of the day, I'm a woman of God, but I do not respect how my child is being held accountable for something that she was being bullied about. She was being bullied, so that's why she pulled out a firearm. It was in her possession, though it was not supposed to be in her possession. It was in her possession, and she pulled it. I don't care how y'all take it, how ignorant y'all say I'm being or whatever, but when a child is under frustration and being bullied, he's supposed to have help and with self-defense or whatever. Y'all too ignorant in New Orleans. I said that. Achille Academy is very messy. Y'all children is messy. You need to put your children in their place because they play with people too much. Nobody don't have time for to be playing with no fucking children all day. Children play with people too much. Y'all need to conduct yourselves in the right manner. Show the whole video clip. Show.
So we have this mother, and her whole response is, y'all kids play too much. Y'all play too much in New Orleans. Whatever the hell she's damn saying. And she's basically just going off. And my thing is, ma'am, that's not the right response. That response that she has to me is not okay. It's disturbing. Now, there's a lot of people excusing her and saying, well, you know, nobody should be bullying, which I agree with. And, you know, I was bullied on, and people are tired of it. People have the right to fight back. Now, y'all say all this fly shit on the internet, but let's not forget, these were the same people. Who remembers that boy down in Texas, in Arlington, Texas? Remember, he claimed he was bullied. Let me look up his name. Timothy Simpkins. I believe that was his name. Yep, Timothy Simpkins. In Arlington, Texas. Remember, this was back at Timberview High School back in February. And he went in there, he claimed he was bullied, and he got the shooting and shot 6 innocent people. He shot people that had nothing to do with his bullshit whatsoever. Thank goodness nobody died. But then one more information came out, because like I told people, when that fight of him and the other boy came out, I said the way he's fighting, ain't no way in hell he was being bullied. Let's stop. It's almost like he's allowing the boy to whoop his ass. Because Timothy Simpkins was damn near, he was 18, the boy was 15. Because he already had it premeditated in his mind, I'm going to let this boy just whoop my ass, and then I'm going to shoot him and use that as my self-defense. And come to find out, Timothy Simpkins was the bully. But remember, everybody was excusing this. You know, people are tired of being bullied, and it's okay, this, and that. And then when another school shooting happened, then everybody wants to cry. And like I said, y'all be condoning stuff, and then when that same energy comes back and befall y'all's kids, make sure y'all keep the same energy. This is not okay to me. I don't care if her daughter is being bullied or not. There's other ways to handle this. Okay, what the daughter has done now is really escalate the situation. New Orleans, sad to say, but there's a lot of, crazy shit, people down there about that damn life. How does the mom know that they may not come back? The family members of those girls may not come back and air their whole household out. for attempting to basically, kill one of theirs. This could start a whole gang war, beef, whatever. First of all, where did the 12-year-old, however old she is, where did she get the gun to even go up to the bus to go confront some people? People were saying that the little girl was jumped. Now, if she was jumped, that's horrible. Nobody should be jumped. But whatever happened to, because people are always going to fight. Kids have always fought. What happened to having your kid go back out there and fight that person one-on-one, head up? That's what we did back in our day. I get, things have changed. But why is that the first thing that kids are thinking it's okay to go pull out a gun? Now, hindsight is 20/20, but my issue is this. The little girl is mad. She's upset. She's flailing her arms in the air. She's banging the gun on the bus. What if at one instance that gun accidentally went off? That gun could have accidentally fired, hit the bus window, shot an innocent child. Or the gun could have fired, ricocheted off the bus and shot her in her head. What if she would have killed herself by accident? The mother is not even looking at that. Like, I get it. I get being frustrated. I get being upset at the bullies. It's very tiring. Nobody wants their child picked on. I get that. But you can't act like that whole bus was bullying her. That little girl might have a problem with 1 to 3 girls, but she done put the whole bus, including the bus driver, in danger. And is this the first time that she was bullied? And obviously not. This bullying has probably been taking place for a while, that this is what it is, right? This is the truth, that she's being bullied. It's been taking place for a while. So why, as the mother, have you done anything? Have you contacted the school? Have you attempted to just drive your daughter to school as opposed to, having her on the bus, since that's where it seems that the bullying is taking place? But see, what I'm noticing too with this whole bullying talk is that some people are using it as an excuse for justifying bad behavior. Like, let me just do what I want to do. And then as soon as there's backlash, I can just say that I was being bullied. Now, I'm not saying that she was not being bullied. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm noticing people love to use the bullying now for everything. Well, why did this person do that? Well, they were being bullied. Well, a lot of us were bullied. We didn't bring guns to school. A lot of us were picked on. We had to learn to fight back. And sometimes when you're being bullied and you beat up that one main person who's running their damn mouth and talking shit, sometimes it takes just knocking out that one bully to put all the rest of them bastards in their place. Real talk. So you might want to put your child in martial arts, karate, jiu-jitsu, something. But her bringing a gun, nah, I can't co-sign that. There's no excuse for that. That just escalated the situation by 100. It really did. Because again, if those bullies' families now want to retaliate and shoot up that girl house, what is the mama gonna do? And then you're online co-signing this when she really should have been online apologizing. Like, my child was picked on, but y'all, I'm very sorry. I did not raise her like this. I didn't know she took my gun. I'm so sorry for what happened to the children who were not bullying my child. There were kids on that bus crying. Did y'all hear them babies? They were crying. 12-year-olds are not going to break down crying unless they really are scared for their life. They thought she's about to get on that bus on some Rambo shit and just shoot everybody. That's scary. That's traumatizing. And for the mother to just be so arrogant and just so, laissez-faire about it, like it's not a big deal. Oh, well. Now we see why the daughter got that same attitude. The fact that was the daughter's first thought was to go get a gun means that you as a mother, you're not doing what you have to do. Because obviously the daughter is feeling that she's not being protected by her mother or her family or the school. That nobody's doing anything about it. So she's trying to take matters into her own hands. Again, if this was a little white boy in a black trench coat, would y'all be co-signing this? If this was a little white boy talking about he was picked on and he was trying to get up on the bus, nobody would be co-signing this at all. But when it was a little black boy in Texas, people made excuses for it. Then it came out he wasn't even being bullied. This ain't okay at all. Let's keep that real. If that was a little white kid running around with a gun, talking about he was picked on, nobody would care. They'd be like, throw his ass in jail. He put the whole bus at risk. He's crazy. All types of stuff. So I think at this point, there has to be conversations had. You know what I'm saying? And if those little girls are bullying her, they definitely need to be reprimanded, suspended. Because from what I heard, she might have gotten jumped. So again, none of this stuff is okay. And a lot of these kids are learning this behavior, to be honest, from the parents. A lot of the parents are out here fighting. The women not getting along, going back and forth.
It has been 3 months now since
Oh, I'm sorry. The damn
man.
news came on. But a lot of these kids are learning it from watching the parents. They're watching their daddies and their big brothers resolve stuff with guns. Resolve stuff with fighting. So now they're not even thinking, well, I don't need to fight no more. I can just go grab a gun. That was scary watching that. Because my biggest fear is, as hyped up as that young girl was, what if her finger accidentally slipped? Wasn't it just a few months ago that we watched 2 kids literally blow their heads off on Facebook by accident? That was so disturbing. 2 of them. So don't tell me that accidents don't happen or I'm reaching. Let me read some of these super chats here. Charlotte Duffy says, did you see where President Biden announced a food shortage? I'm glad I listened to you and stocked up. Now, can I get the Powerball numbers? Oh, yeah, we've been prepared. Anything that old man Joe says, I could care less. We've been prepared for the past 2 years. So, yeah, we're not shocked about no food shortage. Sorry for the folks who weren't preparing. But thank you for the super chat, sis. Luigi says, hey, team, my girlfriend's birthday is tomorrow. She's been a long-time subscriber. Can you give a shout-out to Jay? Thanks. Happy early birthday to Jay. Thank you so much for the super chat. Enjoy your birthday with your boyfriend. Y'all have a good day. Thank you. Adam Martin says, hey, T, it's been a while since I caught a live. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much, Adam. Appreciate you. Dranox, I don't know if I said that right. I'm sorry. He said 1999. He says, T, speaking facts per usual. I beat up my bully in the 6th grade. After that, not a peep from nobody. Love you, girly. I'm telling you, I don't understand when that stopped being the antidote. But see, we're raising these kids to live in a generation of, they're scared and they're not supposed to take up and stick up for themselves. And I get it. Tell, report. But if it keeps happening, at some point in time, you may have to defend yourself. And like I said, sometimes it takes putting hands on that one bully and it causes the others to leave you alone. Like, okay, that person ain't no joke. They're not a punk. They will stand up for themselves. Because a lot of times people will bully you because they think you're weak, because they think you're quiet. You kind of keep to yourselves. So they think that you're an easy target. And once you show them like, no, bitch, I do know karate. Not an easy target. They'll bag back. But it is sad that kids aren't even taught that. Because again, they're just being taught like to handle your business by going to go grab a gun. It's really scary out here. And like I said, I'm not saying, to condone violence, but again, that's how we were raised. And a lot of times that was the antidote. Is that you check that one bully and it usually caused the rest of them to leave you the hell alone. Y'all remember, matter of fact, that was the basis of that movie, A Christmas Story. That's one of my favorite movies back in the day. A Christmas Story with Ralphie. Y'all remember that? In that movie, they kept picking on him. Remember, they would chase him home every day from school. He was getting chased by that damn bully, him and his little friend. Every time he got off the bus, they just chase him, beat him up, chase him, beat him up. Then one day he got fed up. He didn't get his damn rifle for Christmas. And so he's mad. He's, walking around the neighborhood blowing out steam. And he runs into the bully. And he had it. You're not going to keep chasing me. And he beat the hell out that bully. And guess what? The little bully's little sidekick, he was the first one to take off running. And they never picked on him after that. So sometimes that is what ends up, you know, addressing the situation. But I just think it's just sad. I don't know. I just think the whole thing is just really sad. It's very frightening. And I feel very bad for the 12-year-old to the point where she felt like it was that bad for her that she had to just go and basically steal somebody's gun and try and get on that bus. What if she would have made it onto that bus as angry as she was? And that's the thing, when you're that young, you're not thinking, you know, your thought process is not all the way there because you're a child. So now has she gotten on that bus and taken somebody's life? She's going to have to live with that the rest of her life. You know, thank God that situation did not end up as bad as it could have ended up. But for the mother to be co-signing it and making all these excuses, shame on the mother. The only thing you need to be saying, ma'am, is apologizing for your daughter's actions and letting the courts do what they need to do. Somebody said the mom probably told her to go get the gun or gave it to her. And you know what? Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked because some of these parents out here ain't shit. Let's keep it real. I would not be surprised if the mama was like, here, go handle your business. You just never know. You got a lot of kids out here, you know, who get egged on by their parents. You know, you never know. Yeah, these schools are going to have to get involved and really like nip this in the bud, especially in this whole school district. Because if this has been going on for a while, there has to be more done. There's no reason that nobody should be going to school and feeling unsafe or getting jumped and getting bullied. There's no excuse for that. But then there's also no excuse for retaliating in that manner. So there needs to be a lot of sit-down conversations. The bullies' parents need to come to have a Jesus meeting. The mama, the little girl, the school. Because what happened on that bus was just unacceptable. Let me see here. It's Corey. Said 999. She says, I was bullied by a guy in middle school. I wrote a rap and rapped it out for the whole school in the bleachers and roasted him badly. Nobody bothered me again. There are other ways to deal with bullies. Ooh, I love that. Okay. She got her 8 Mile on. She went in. Okay, B-Rabbit. She went in on clearance. I love that. That's a good idea. That's a dope idea. I mean, if you can rap, definitely do it. I love that. Big Stepper says, as a 17-year-old high school who was previously bullied, all I can say is parents set the tone for their children's behavior at school. Definitely. Definitely. Julius Gray says, why would she go for lethal force when it's not necessary? Make it make sense. Yeah. And that's the part that's scary is that, you know, had that gun gone off and shot somebody, 9 times out of 10, they probably would have died. You know, so it's just, it's not worth it. And now the mom's being charged with a felony and they're also charging her with child neglect as well. So she's facing charges for what her daughter did. She definitely is. M says, my mom would always say, if somebody says something mean, say something mean back. If they hit you, hit them back. Sometimes these teachers / principals don't do anything. Yeah. Because they never did anything at our school. At all. It was like, oh, well, just deal with it. You know, kids will be kids. And it sucks. Jay Grant says, hey, T, it's been a minute since I caught a live. Blessings to you and your family. Congratulations to you and all your progress. You deserve it all, Auntie. Shout out to the Discord gang. Thank you so much, sis. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Now, we got over 10,000 people in here. Please hit the like button. If you guys are enjoying this stream, please hit the like. So now before I go, I want to hit on this Offset situation. Well, Offset and Cardi B are currently trending. Now, Cardi B is sitting here going back and forth with some Barb on Twitter. I don't know why. She continues to waste her energy on people who do not matter. Somebody named Sleazy Minaj is messing with her. Let me see here. But I want to talk about the Offset situation. We got to get on that. Because Offset is now coming out. He's finally speaking his truth about what is going on with the whole label situation and with P and QC Quality Control.
At the end of the day,
oh, hold on, let me pull this up here. So him and P just got into it on the internet. It's a mess. Okay, let me share my screen. I want to make sure I had the right page up here. Okay, so basically he's accusing P and Quality Control of blackballing him. So he just filed a lawsuit today against this is P from Quality Control. And so P has responded to the lawsuit. And so P says the last lawsuit was filed publicly and dismissed quietly. Let's see how this one go. Been too real for all this lame shit. Everyone know the real problem. Then Offset says, niggas act like I'm the problem. I paid millions to get my rights back. Nigga, you blackballed me. I ain't said shit one time, homie. I ain't spoke to you in 2 years. Now I drop and now you want a name drop on my credit. And then Cardi ended up speaking up about this as well. So Cardi says, Offset brought himself out of his QC deal after they didn't want to renegotiate his contract. I'm tired of people trying to make Offset look like the bad guy. Enough is enough. So the lawsuit right now, it is a mess. Now, if you guys remember a few months ago, we had posted that basically the Migos broke up. So you had Quavo and Takeoff. They had started their own little group called FN Meka. I think that's what it's called, child. But they started their own little group. And so everybody was like, okay, well, where's Offset? Why is he not part of the crew? So they're basically still working with QC. Now, if you guys remember a few years ago, they had all sued to try and get off of Q's label. And so their music has not really been selling. They haven't really been putting out music like that. And I believe that the other two have decided to kind of go back and work with P on QC. And so Offset is like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with him. He bought himself out of it. And so what I'm hearing is that supposedly he's being blackballed in the industry. They're not allowing him to do festivals. He was supposed to do one of the big festivals. I don't know if it was Rolling Loud or another one. And they ended up taking him off the roster. So the only festival he's been able to do was the one that Cardi B did recently in the UK. So I think at this point, now that the lawsuit is being made public, he's ready to speak out and talk about it. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see like what all happens with this situation. But he definitely feels like he's being blackballed. And like literally he doesn't have his family with him anymore because Quavo and Takeoff, they've left. They're doing their own thing now. Yeah, Rousey, they broke up a few months ago. They hadn't really talked about it or announced it, but you could basically tell. These two are over here, Offset is over here. So they're no longer together. Somebody, Mel says, labels odds make shit difficult. Yeah, they pit people against each other too. It's called Unkin Few. What I call it? Neff and Hugh, Unkin Few. It was some ratchet name. It was the name of their album, Unkin Few. But the way they spelt it was like different. Megan says, hey T, the case where the boy drowned swimming lessons is now with the GBI. Boy almost drowned the first day, was throwing up. She never told the parents. That must have been a story from a few months ago. Nala says people go now and will watch later. Makai says Offset is about to be off Beyonce. He better shine. Well, Offset better figure out something. I think at this point, he's going to have to just put out some new music, put it out independently, you know, put something out there and then see if people bite. But I don't know, because it's going to be hard because people are used to them being the Migos, they're used to them being a trio. So it's weird now that you have the two of them over here and then you have Offset over here. But I know their issues with Q has been brewing for a while now. So it looks like now he's just tired of it and he's speaking out. So now another thing I want to touch on before I go is all of this crazy stuff that's been going on in LA. If you guys do not know, there's been a lot of these huge street takeovers and they're starting to turn more and more deadly. And so there was a huge one that went viral over the weekend where it was a big street takeover. And then all of these people rushed into, I believe it was a 7-Eleven, and they just started like destroying the entire store. So a lot of, they're trying to set out new laws against these street takeovers. Let me pull it up really quick here. They're going to start charging people, and they're going to start charging people serious like felony charges for a lot of these street takeovers, because they're starting to happen now all over, from California to Georgia and things like that. So it's starting to really become a nuisance, and especially being that people are dying, people are getting hit by these cars, spinning around doing donuts and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and play this video. Give me just a second here.
This street takeover in progress in Van Nuys tonight. Skyfox overhead just a short time ago. Dozens of cars were gathered at Sherman Way and Van Nuys Boulevard, blocking lanes of traffic. Officers moved in as well as tow trucks. At least 2 vehicles were impounded as LAPD is now cracking down on street takeovers.
This crazy video is why LAPD held a press conference today to announce the crackdown on street takeovers. This happened at a 7-Eleven store, ransacked here, looted. Tonight, police are trying to track down the suspects from that. Fox 11's Ed Lasco's live at the store where it happened. This is in the Harbor Gateway neighborhood. Ed, what happened here?
And LAPD is out with brand new security video of that flash mob of looters that hit the 7-Eleven store right over there. It's back up open right now. But a few days ago, when that mob hit the store, cleaned them right out. That happened just moments after a big street takeover right at the intersection here. So LAPD wants you to take a really good look at this video to help them ID some of these looters who think they may have gotten away with it. They're still on the run. They should think again. Watch this. A wild scene in South LA. Dramatic security video shows a takeover of a 7-Eleven store moments after the street takeover at a nearby intersection. It's still scarred by the skid marks from all the burnouts, but it is this video that shows a flash mob of looters as it moves from the street to the store, out of control, jumping over the counter, vandalizing, grabbing, and throwing merchandise. And now LAPD has had enough.
We really want to prevent this from becoming a new trend where they think that they show up and take over a street or a freeway or any part of the city, that they're just going to be able to do whatever they want, come into a store and take what they want. And we're here to basically say it's not going to happen.
It goes down overnight Sunday into Monday. The crowd, estimated at more than 100, first seized control of the intersection here at El Segundo and Figueroa in the Harbor Gateway area. It's a street takeover, much like all the others we've seen lately. Cars spinning, tires smoking, a wild scene that turned even more wild inside this 7-Eleven.
It turns into a real, just angry, somewhat mob mentality. They come inside the store, they start ransacking the place, taking everything, whatever they can, and get food, cigarettes, lottery tickets.
Investigators especially want this man seen in the crowd. He's wearing a Colorado Rockies baseball hat and jersey. The video shows him throwing items at the clerk, threatening the workers.
This guy just decides to start grabbing food and chips and bananas and stuff and starts throwing it at the worker who's just basically hiding in the back. And for whatever reason, kind of escalates that into more of a little violent encounter.
The flash mob running out as fast as it came in, getting away just before LAPD arrives. All the officers can do now is look at the big mess that's left behind. That as street takeovers explode through the Southland, threatening several locations, all in the very same night. Now LAPD is out with a threat of its own.
Zero tolerance. So if you do that stuff and you're caught in these groups, car's gone for 30 days for sure. So if you're going to do this stuff, we're going to do our stuff. And we want to make that message really nice and clear for everybody.
Now live, the detectives.
Honey, y'all are wilding in LA. Somebody said Biden's America. Oh, y'all are messy in the chat. Not Biden's America. Oh, we not them stealing lottery tickets. I mean, that's crazy. I don't get it. It did look like the purge, though. It did. And it's happening in a lot of places. You know, there was one I got caught up in one time over north. Just happened to be going to the north side. And I didn't know what was going on. I was scared it was a shooting because it was a bunch of smoke and people. And then when they take over the intersection like that, it's scary because you're kind of trapped in. You can't back out. You can't go forward. And then you just don't know what's going on. I'm seeing everybody getting out their cars. So I'm thinking, somebody got shot. And it was a bunch of dudes just drifting and, making big old donut circles. So they're even doing it in Minneapolis, and then they'll just disappear as fast as they came. I mean, look at all that damage they caused, and nobody was arrested. Just everybody was gone within the span of like 5 minutes. It's insane. But yeah, it's just, I don't get it. And I just feel like, when you're involved in something like that, especially like with big crowds, anything can happen, and you got people driving their cars really crazy. There's been people who've been hit by cars and died, so you have to like really watch that. You have to really watch that stuff. And now they're not playing with people. If you're getting caught organizing them, if you're getting caught being a part of them, they're trying to get people felonies for this. So they're really cracking down. But it's getting really, really bad in LA. Y'all are just off the chain, child. Just off the chain. Oh, no, says it's heavy here in Atlanta, too. Yeah. Yeah, it's all this craziness that's just going on. Let me read this last super chat. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get up out of here. Jesse Adamson 5 says they better be careful before more store owners start arming themselves. Feels like the criminals keep getting a slap on the wrist. Yeah. And that's the part that's like really frightening because, again, they're throwing chips at that guy and bananas at him and disrespecting him. But had he put out a gun and shot back, then everybody's going to cry and say, oh, that was rough. Oh, that was that was a harsh response. Remember the bodega worker? They threw him in Rikers Island. It wasn't until the public outcry. Like, no, why is he getting arrested when this man accosted him? The Jezebel lied to her man. Her man was hyped up and gassed behind the damn Jezebel and then ran back there and started putting hands on the old man. The old man defends himself by stabbing him. He didn't mean to kill that man, but hey, you look for stupid, you start shit, you get a dumb prize, whatever the damn saying goes, so again, all that over some chips. It's insane. It's insane because if a lot of these people start really clapping back and shooting back and stabbing back, then there'll be all this public outcry about, how their loved one was stabbed and he ain't never do nothing and he was going to college and he was changing his life. Bullshit. People who are going to college and changing their lives, they're not attacking store clerks who are doing their job. I'm just saying. So, child, it's a mess. It's a lot of lawlessness. Y'all be safe and y'all be careful out here in these streets. Let's see here. Dreyance. Oh, is that what you fixed your name? Okay. LOL, I had to go fix my name, but it's Dreyance. My bad. Love you. Yeah, I can read that. I don't know what the other one had, an X in it or something in the other spelling, but yeah, I get this one, Dreyance. That looks better. I like that. So on that note, you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this live stream. It was really good chopping up with you guys. So I will talk to you guys later. I am going to do a green room. We might do 2 green rooms this week. I'm not sure yet. So we're going to do a green room to talk about the documentary. So if you guys are interested, definitely call in. We're going to be talking about, people just chasing this eternal, digital fountain of youth. If you guys watch the deep dive, you guys know what I'm talking about. So we're going to have a discussion about that on the green room. And then also, I still want to do the green room concerning the teachers and students and what's going on in the school system. And I think this whole situation with the young girl and her bringing that gun to the bus stop, that's going to be a perfect segue as well. So tune in this week. I will make everything, I'll announce everything when I'm going live on the green room, and anybody can join. You don't have to be a member of anything. You can just come on in and join, and feel free to engage in the conversation. So on that note, you guys, enjoy the rest of y'all's day. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.